Hi guys, Aaron Dorr here with Iowa Gun Owners. With the hearing on red flag gun seizures taking place this coming Tuesday, we're getting a lot of feedback from Iowans who are seeing our ad that we have blanketing Iowa right now about this and trying to kind of, wrap their minds around how is it that with a Republican-controlled U.S. Senate are we having hearings on this radical gun control bill in Washington, D.C. in just a couple of days. And as Iowans, we have a huge obligation here to gun owners across the country because we have two U.S. senators, both of our senators, Grassley and Ernst, are on this committee. And so for a lot of gun owners across the country are looking to Iowa saying, please help us kill this bill in committee via Senator Grassley and Senator Ernst. And so we're going to talk about that in this video and urge you guys to take action on this issue because, again, this hearing takes place on Tuesday. It's in the Judiciary Committee, which is used to always be chaired, as you guys know, by Chuck Grassley. Now it's chaired by Lindsey Graham. And don't forget, Lindsey Graham has already received $250,000 from Michael Bloomberg. And so his loyalty to gun owners is in question. He's received $250,000 from Michael Bloomberg. He is a chairman of the committee, and he has a lot of influence, obviously, as the chairman, over what bills move. This hearing on Tuesday is the first step towards advancing red flag gun seizures. A brief overview on this, if you're new to this topic perhaps. A red flag gun seizure would allow somebody to make a complaint that you might be dangerous. It depends how the bill is finally drafted. It could be that you recently bought a firearm. That constitutes evidence against you. Or it could be all kinds of reasons they could provide as why you might be dangerous. And this person can make a complaint in front of a judge, and the judge would then issue a seizure order just in case. Just in case. And these people who file these complaints, it could be your embittered ex-spouse. It could be an angry ex-girlfriend. It could be a guy who's stalking you, an ex-boyfriend perhaps. In some states, it could be a neighbor. It could be, it could be a teacher. It could be a nurse. It could be a doctor. And that's the point. These bills are placeholder bills. Once they get passed as version A, they can and will be expanded down the road to be much more comprehensive. So we don't know here today how bad this might lead over time. But so somebody makes that complaint against you in an ex parte hearing, which means you're not in the room. You're not even aware there's a hearing underway. There's no idea. You have no idea that the fight for your gun rights is happening in a courtroom until law enforcement comes to your home to confiscate your firearms. That's what a red flag gun seizure is. Now, notice what I did not say. I did not say you had to be arrested for a crime or charged with a crime or indicted with a crime or, most important of all, convicted of a crime. No. These seizure orders happen. Your firearms are confiscated. Your Second Amendment rights are suspended before you've ever been convicted of anything. That is a red flag gun seizure law. Now, some people say, well, this can't pass. This can't pass. We have Mitch McConnell. He controls the Senate. This could never pass the Senate. So what's the big deal? Well, I would encourage you to consider the facts. And the fact is that the sponsor is Marco Rubio. He's a Republican. Marco Rubio is the sponsor. The chairman of the committee is a Republican who supports the bill. In fact, Senator Graham sponsored his own version of this legislation just last year. The bill has Republican co-sponsors, and worst of all, it's being backed by the National Rifle Association. Don't take my word for it. You can Google it. Chris Cox's video is all over the internet where they're loudly calling on Congress to pass these red flag gun seizure orders. Now, they call them protective orders. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now, the NRA and some lawmakers, in fact, we're hearing right now from Senator Grassley that they're going to make sure that they try to deal with the ex parte provision of this bill. That way you are allowed to be present in the hearing where your gun rights are suspended and your firearms are confiscated. And so in their mind, from what their emails say, this is going to make this bad bill a lot better. And while there might be some small step forward by making the ex parte hearings go away, realize what's not being addressed. You're never convicted in court. You're never convicted of a crime. Your guns are confiscated, your gun rights are suspended, and you've never been convicted of a crime. That is the ultimate due process issue with a red flag gun seizure law. Yeah, ex parte hearings are terrible, no doubt. But at the end of the day, just by changing that or fixing that, that does not solve the underlying issue, which has always been you're never convicted of a crime. That is antithetical to our American jurisprudence concept, to our right under the Constitution. There's no fair trial. There's no trial at all. You're never convicted of a crime. That is the ultimate problem with a red flag gun seizure law. And so this bill has to be opposed by everybody in the country who cares about the Second Amendment or who cares about due process in general. And so again, as Iowans, we have an extra special obligation, if you will, to gun owners across the country because both of our senators, Grassley and Ernst, are on this committee. And frankly, the emails we receive from them, their public statements on this issue so far are very troubling. They don't say no. In fact, they make it sound in their emails like they're in support of these issues. And they certainly have not come out and said that they're going to be a no vote if this thing comes up for a vote. And so again, take a moment right now to do 2 or 3 things. Number one, there is links above and below this video right now, pre-written emails that go right to Senator Grassley, right to Senator Ernst, and tells them with about 2 clicks of your mouse to vote no or to oppose red flag gun seizures. That's the first thing. Is fire off your email. It's pre-written. You punch in your address, you hit send, it takes seconds. That's number one, fire off your email. And number 2 is to share this video with everybody that you know cares about the Second Amendment and cares about due process in general, because this is so much bigger than just guns. You know, the idea that you could lose a guaranteed, constitutionally guaranteed right, having never been convicted of a crime, that should have people on all sides of all the aisles up in arms, because this is a very dangerous precedent that this bill would set. And so share it far and wide, your family, friends, co-workers, shooting buddies, anybody you know who cares about the Second Amendment, and have them fire off their email as well. Guys, that's what we have for you right now. The hearing is going to take place on Tuesday. Please act fast, and much more to come shortly. Thank you.